Disney list time is here, and today it is all about the future. That's right, we are talking about Tomorrowland at Disneyland, and specifically what we would change about Tomorrowland at Disneyland. We know it's not even open right now. We know that that park isn't even in a place where we can visit it. However, Tomorrowland, of all of the lands inside Disneyland Park, definitely has room to grow in terms of how it could be resituated, reconfigured, redone. There's a lot when it comes to Tomorrowland that can be looked at and reviewed and possibly touched up. So, knowing that, and knowing that Disney has time right now, I was hoping we might be able to check in with Tyler Crouch and Katrina Manzoni about some of the things they would do to change Tomorrowland at Disneyland. And Tyler, why don't we begin with you? It's a place that has some tight quarters, definitely one of those lands where it can feel very claustrophobic based on the time of day. What would you change?
So, yeah, I mean, the first thing I would change is, we're kind of watching this little video right here, and the first thing that I saw was kind of the people mover moving around, and the Matterhorn coming. Matterhorn, I keep doing that. The monorail coming through, and like the Astro Orbiter was spinning on the top of the people mover station and everything. So my first number one thing I would do to Tomorrowland would bring back all of the kinetic energy that was originally put in there and then gradually yanked out over time because money, we like it, so we want to keep it. And that's, so that's really, I just think if they brought a lot of great things, a lot of movement. See, look at this beautiful, look at everything moving. Everything feels so alive. Like, look at this.
Early Tomorrowland, yep.
Yeah, and it just feels so stagnant and concrete at this point. So really big bummer that something that's supposed to be full of wonderment and cool stuff, just you walk into it and you feel like, ugh, here is a corridor of doom right here.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So number one,
put it.
Can we make t-shirts of this? The corridor of doom.
Yeah.
Tomorrowland.
So number one, add some movement, add some kinetic energy, get that stuff in there. My second thing that I would love to add to Tomorrowland would be kind of a different aesthetic, actually. I would like to see more of kind of a 60s kind of vibe. Like,
sure.
If you think about, we talked about like the Incredibles earlier. Like, I would love to see more of a modern kind of style come to Tomorrowland and kind of give it that 60s space feeling, I would love it. I would love it to feel like, oh gosh, Lost in Space, or like how the robots looked. I want it to have that old but
retro future.
Yeah, retro future. Yeah. Like,
ooh.
I think that would be really neat. That would really kind of take it to another level, because right now, again, like I've already said about 7 times, it just feels like concrete.
Sure does.
Now, the third thing I kind of struggled with, I think I'm just gonna say it.
Say it.
Uh-oh.
Get rid of all the Star Wars.
Whoa.
Take all the Star Wars out of Tomorrowland. And I'm not saying get rid of Star Tours. I still want Star Tours is a fantastic attraction. It's great. I love it. I think Star Tours needs to be somewhere else, though. And I don't really know where you would put it, I guess. But I'm just like, you have Star Wars, you have Galaxy's Edge. Don't make Galaxy's Edge, and then over here. Oh, but over here is like Galaxy's Edge Light.
Yeah.
Like, like it shouldn't.
I agree. It has a home.
It shouldn't be that. Yeah. So anytime I see Star Wars stuff in Tomorrowland, I'm kind of like, it's, and by the way, like, I'm going to get real geeky for a second. Come on. All the movies tell us a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
Right?
How's this futuristic?
How is it futuristic? This happened a long time ago, everybody.
In a galaxy far, far away.
So I hear.
So come on now, they didn't even have cell phones in Star Wars.
So 1980s TVs, big bulky things.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I just think like a reimagining of what Tomorrowland is trying to be. Like, get rid of the Star Wars stuff. Tomorrowland, when it was first imagined, I think was a lot about transportation, how transportation would affect us in the world, in tomorrow days and things like. So that's what it was about. Freeways, like that's why Autopia's there and stuff like that. It was about new transportations like the monorail. I think just get rid of the Star Wars stuff, change the focus away from transportation, bring a little more kinetic energy to it, and I think that's what we could do to make Tomorrowland better.
Great plans. What do you think, Katrina?
Well.
After that Star Wars trashing.
Whoa.
Oh.
So I was. This sucks. We have like the same ideas. So I said to bring back the People Mover because I want that energy. I
True
want
fan
that
favorite.
moving. Yeah. And then honestly, I was like, if you don't know where to put Astro Orbiter, get rid of it and create more walk room because I hate it there.
Yes, that's another one.
Nothing.
So bad.
It is such a bottleneck.
Yeah.
I hate it. If you know, you know. And then
Terrible placement.
it's the worst.
Yeah.
And then they tried to
it
like
also-
take away the French fry rocks to like add in another area where you can't move because it's grass that you can't walk on to
Yeah.
get somewhere. So
Yeah.
you just made it even worse now.
That was weird. That was,
Like-
they're like, oh, we're gonna open this part up, and then they just put grass there. It's like worse than it was before.
So
like,
now
what
you're
are
just
they
making
doing?
more problems for people like hovering around it and like putting children in there during like parades or fireworks or
Yeah.
something, you know? I'm like, what did you guys do?
And it also encroaches on Main Street.
It does, yeah.
You know, it's like it's not. It just doesn't feel right over there. It's just too big. It's like the one entrance to a land that is just like
If they just
in your
got
face.
rid of the grass area and like just made it cement, they would have had better walkways to like move around people. Anyway,
Yeah.
and then my third one, honestly, it was for Star Wars to be gone, except for Star Tours. That should stay. I think it's always really fun. But the back, what is that back area called? That used to have,
Launch bay?
yeah, launch bay. Make it cool.
Yeah.
Stop with the Star Wars stuff. There's like 2 levels in there, and it's just
Huge building.
it's massive. And
Yeah.
like think of something that you could do of something for the world of tomorrow. Like anything, any kind of cool new it could be like a museum of like things that people thought of that could possibly happen, or even like how they're going to be doing Spider-Man and like make like a little video montage of how they put together Spider-Man and like all the cool technology that they've tried to create, and then make it like a little 15, like a not a 15 but like, you know, like a minute reel so people can watch it and then keep walking. And then I don't know, things that create like you know, something with Tesla maybe, I don't know, something like cool technology stuff that people can walk through and be like, that's really cool, like
Yep.
you know, kind of stuff, like a little museum or something. Get rid of Star Wars and like that store, knock it down, get rid of it, make it something else, because I'm so sick and tired of like seeing there's Star Wars everywhere. And I love Star Wars, don't get me wrong, I'm like poo-pooing on like a whole bunch of movies today. I'm like Tyler last week. But it's just
rubs off.
I know, but it's just like it's too much. So they have like the launch
it has
bay
a home. Put it
and
in its home.
Yeah.
put it away, and then
Especially if they're going to be getting rid of the whole Galaxy's Edge story now. Just put it all over there.
yeah,
Like,
if they created some kind of cool store of like the world of tomorrow and like had some like cool like retro merchandise for Tomorrowland, people will buy it.
Yeah.
So do it and get rid of Astro Orbiter or put it up somewhere
I would
out
say
of people's way.
I would say amen to Astro Orbiter. Move it out of the way of the front of the land. It gridlocks everything, especially during parade time. For the Interventions building, the Star Wars launch bay, as it is. You know what? Use the top level as a table service skyline dining restaurant.
Like Space 220.
Yes. Turn that into something space related. Bottom level, turn into Carousel of Progress Part 2, where
Ooh.
the Carousel of
Ooh.
Progress leaves off in Walt Disney World. Have it pick up in Disneyland.
oh, that'd be pretty amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I think you can always shoehorn in more shows, certainly capacity gobbling type experiences. Carousel of Progress is a beloved sort of attraction. Therefore, I think paying homage to it and having that as part of Tomorrowland and looking into sort of the next decades and sort of picking up where the other one leaves off would be really awesome. And then on top of that, I agree, move Star Wars out, and then you know, you can come and throw your rocks at me if you want to. It is time to remove the submarines. It is time to figure out something to do with that space
No.
that
Mm.
is
I mean-
not claustrophobic and uncomfortable and has much more bang for the buck. It's really
what would you
tough.
do though? What would you do?
It's a big space.
Yeah,
There's
it's
a lot
huge.
that could be done. And
but
if you
it's
still
just
want to
so
go with the underwater theme,
beautiful.
great. But the subs itself cannot
Oh my
continue.
gosh! Can we have like a tunnel where you just like walk through it?
I would prefer that.
I would pay. I would rather have that than the submarines. I hated going on the submarines.
I would prefer
But I do
that.
love the aesthetic though. I do think it's really pretty. But if we had like a tunnel where you can walk through and see stuff, that'd be really cool.
See, I struggle so much on those submarines because I think that ride system in general is just so freaking cool, and the fact that it's literally like an underwater dark ride, like there's nothing, I can't think of any other ride like it. And I think Legoland has something similar in a way, but it's, you know, it's just one of those things where when I was a kid, I swear, and this was before it was Finding Nemo, right? But when I was a kid, I swear we were diving in a submarine and seeing sharks and like giant squids and stuff, and they just, you know, they've changed it up obviously since I was a little kid, but it's just one of those things where it captures your imagination and fully engulfs you to such a level that I just love it so much. But I get it, it's an operational nightmare and all those things.
Well,
and it loads so slow.
I think that's the other part of it is like, you know, there's so much that could be done with the ride itself. And if it could be improved upon, if it could be enhanced, okay, you know, I'm willing to keep the subs around, because you're right, it is incredibly unique. It is something that captures the imagination of every child that gets on it, and that is what Disneyland is all about. However, the wait times even pre-pandemic were just so low. I mean, people aren't interested in it anymore.
Unless it was a really busy day, and then you saw like a 60-minute wait, and you're like, ooh.
And that's
it's a
mainly
busy
because they can't
day.
load it fast enough.
Yeah.
You know, so if they were able to figure out a better ride system or something else in terms of just creating a better overall experience, then let's do it. But
Undersea dining.
well, that could be fun. Well, I'm still sticking with my Skyline restaurant
okay.
on top of Interventions. Let us know what you would do when it comes to Tomorrowland and some changes you might make to the future at Disneyland. We would love to hear from you. Leave it in the comment section down below. And if you like our discussion, make sure to hit that thumbs up. We always appreciate it. Lets us know that you are indeed engaged, and we should continue doing content more like this. Stick around.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.